Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. My name is Tom Oldroyd. I'm the Director for Sales and Strategy here at Semantics 21. Today I'm going to show you three of the new standalone applications that we've released from Semantics 21 that are designed to assist you with today's investigations. Now, for those of you that are currently using S21 Vision X, our media categorization solution for picture and video review, you do not need to buy these as standalone applications. These are not bolt-on features. What we decided to do is we speak to many international investigators that tell us that they are tied in with long-term contracts with their existing categorization solutions and media review products, but they're desperately needing the features that we can offer within Vision X, but they just at this time can't switch over. So what we decided is that if we can pull those really key victim identification features out of Vision X, we can now make them available to those that may be tied into those contracts with another categorization solution before they finally then make the jump over to using Vision X that has all of these features included as standard. So the three features we're going to look at today are the new S21 School Badge Lookup, which is designed to assist you with identifying school logos and badges. So maybe you have an image, maybe an ICAC based type investigation, and you're trying to find where that child is located. You can now type in the details of that school to work out where the school is located. We also have within the product range that we've released as a standalone tool, the new AI Deepfake Detector. So as we know that AI media is becoming more problematic, just simply because the AI is becoming so good at generating the content of the media that us as humans, we can no longer detect what is real or fake. And we're having to use different tactics, and especially AI, that now can bridge that gap and actually self-diagnose that an image has been manipulated or generated with the use of AI. And then finally, because most of you that deal with S21 are normally involved in CSAM ICAC type investigations, we know that one of the most challenging parts of a digital forensic investigation is those descriptions for CSAM imagery. Now, computers, again, with the use of AI, is becoming very, very powerful, that we've created a specific model that will now look at any image and describe what the image is actually showing. So therefore, when we're looking at having to describe CSAM type material, which is that horrible task, that now can be done with the computer, but you can just verify the results so that you can put those results straight into your court case. You do not have to use Vision X to have that capability now. It's now a standalone feature. So what we'll do is we'll dive into the software, we'll show you the three applications, and you may see that where they can fit with your digital forensics investigations. So what we'll do is we'll start with by looking at the S21 School Badge Lookup capability. Now in this case here, we just have a very small image. It's a fragment of a school logo. What we're looking at is some of the details that we may be able to start to search for. So when you have these cases where the image quality may be quite poor and we just get that slight logo design, what we can do within the software is simply describe what we can see. Now, all of these products are designed to run completely offline. So as we open up the application on your local Windows machine, you can see that we have the school badge logos designed for Australia, for Canada, for the UK, Ireland, Northern Ireland, and the whole of the US. So if a logo is on a school uniform and it's from one of those 6 countries, then you can simply type in the description and the software will then show you the results. So as we can see from our example image there, we can see that there are a number of conditions that will help us filter down. So by simply then typing across the bottom here, where we have our different categories, we can type in the colors of that logo that then will help us. And you'll see in real time that list is starting to be filtered. So we can simply type in the color blue, yellow, we could type in the color red, and we can notice that there's a distinguishing feature, there's a dragon on that school logo. And as you can see across here now, we have all of the categories that have a match. So each of those letters depicts that there is a match for that particular search that you typed in. And then we can see this top option here, we have a match for all 4. And that actual image that's provided by the School Badge Lookup does look very similar to that section of the image that we were looking at. Now, once we've selected the image, you can see the school name details, the address, the website details, and obviously the longitude and the latitude of where that school is from. And in this case, we have an email address and a telephone number. Now, if we click on the little map icon, it'll show you that the system will then jump into Google Street View. Now, obviously, you will need to be connected to the internet to enable you to use Street View. Obviously, the software is designed to work completely offline and air-gapped, but in this case, we have a connection to the internet. And we can click on that map, and we can see from dropping the little man from Google Maps onto the map feature, we can see that this is the location of the school. And if we just turn around, we can then see from Street Maps that we've got the logo of the school badge on the board, and also the information board is showing us the name of the current head teacher. Obviously, bear in mind that obviously these things will change, but Google normally captures streets every couple of years and it's refreshed. So again, just a very quick way of us then verifying from that school logo that we've got from a school badge, the location of where it's from. And also quite nice with Google Street Maps is we can also get a bit of a feel for what the school background looks like, the buildings look like, just in case they feature within our investigation. So again, a really nice and simple application that's standalone. This feature, as I say, is already built into Vision X, but now you have access to this capability for those 6 countries should you have a school logo feature in your investigation. And again, it's just as simple as you download the application, install on the Windows platform, and you're good to go. Now what we'll do is we'll quickly jump over to the S21 Deepfake Detector. Now exactly the same sort of design and engineering work has gone into the product. It's a standalone application, so we can simply open the application in the Windows and you're met with a very simple, easy interface to use. Now we're just going to open up a folder of a number of files that we have available to us, and you can see there's some images here, quite close-up portrait images, and then we've got some background photographs as well. We just simply select those images from the folder, we can drop them onto the application, and you'll see that in the background there, the AI is now analysing all of those photographs. Now, we are not looking at the EXIF data or the building blocks, the signatures of the file, we're looking at the content of the actual picture, which means where we have other competitive solutions on the market that may be looking at signature analysis or metadata, they need to hold a library to be able to know how that file was created, what tool was used, so they can verify and see if that signature matches what they have in their library. Now, that means that you can only use that tactic on particular file formats, and also they will have had to have done the research in the first place to have worked out the signatures that are available. In this case, we can actually run this on any type of media. It really doesn't matter. And even if all that EXIF data and the building blocks of the file have either been damaged or if they've been stripped out by social media, our software will still work out the calculations. So once that process is done, and we can see on the application now that the images are being displayed in the center, and on the left hand side there's all of those files that we've added. Now it's really simple. We've color coded it so that if they are red, they are believed to be AI created, and if they are green, we've determined that they are real. We obviously then give you a confidence level and also an explanation at the bottom of the image of why we think that has been AI generated. So for transparency purposes, we can tell you the points that we're trying to detect in the image and why we would come to that conclusion that that is AI generated or AI edited. Now, for a lot of investigators that deal with ICAT cases, you are starting to see an increase in demand where obviously complete fabrication of media that obviously someone can go onto one of these platforms and tell the platform to create hundreds or thousands of images of a particular subject. Now, it's useful to detect those in your case, but where we're more concerned with deepfake detection is where you have a number of files where you're doing victim identification processes, and you could be looking at an image thinking, is this a true victim that's actually still in harm's way now that we need to locate and rescue? Or is it actually an AI generated image that child has never actually been in that scene and has never been exposed or is actually in harm's way? So the idea of the software really is to, one, tell you if something is real or fake, but also allow you to carry out that risk assessment of if you have 1,000 files in your investigation and 500 of them are generated as AI generated CSAM and the other 500 are believed to be real, we would probably recommend you would look at doing your victim identification processes on the 500 that are determined to be real first, so that you're not wasting time chasing leads that don't exist anywhere, and that child that you're never going to be able to find them because they're not real. So again, this is about risk assessment, and this is why we're seeing investigators globally coming to Semantics 21 saying, we desperately need your solutions, but we can't actually get out of the commitment we have with our other categorizing solution, and they don't provide us these capabilities and features. That's why we've assisted you by now making these standalone, so you can simply install them alongside your other review platform, but now you have those added capabilities, and hopefully it should make life a little bit easier. So finally, what we're going to do is we're going to now just jump into the last of the applications of this trio that we've released as standalone features, and we're going to look at the AI Describe. Now, personally, having worked ICAC-based investigations, I know that one of the worst tasks within the process is when you've created your grading packs and you've reviewed your files, you've selected the sample files that you want to put before the courts, is that physical task of having to describe them. Now, again, our AIs all work completely offline, so this isn't giving any risks. You're not giving your data to an online AI platform to do the descriptions. It all is staying within your infrastructure. So again, nice and safe, been designed for military and policing type environments to be used. So yes, you'll be okay to use this within a policing environment. Now, what we could do once the application is loaded, very similar to how we use the Deepfake Detector, we simply select the files from our folder, and we can then drag them onto the AI Describe application. And what you'll notice is the images load in the center. On the left hand side, you have all the files, and across the bottom, there is the description of that image that we've added. Now, this software has been specifically designed to assist you with grading indecent images. It will grade any type of media that you provide into the software, but it is specifically expected to see indecent images where it can then do that description. Now, once you've created those descriptions, there may be a need that you do need to tweak them where the AI has made errors. You can simply copy the text from the application and paste them into Word or back into your other forensics tool that you're currently using and make those edits. So again, in S21 Vision X, our categorization and media review platform, we've made this a very easy task that we can describe individual files, or we can describe batches of files when we come to create a report. But again, because you needed this capability in your current tool that you're using, we've made this a standalone feature and giving you the flexibility that once the descriptions are created, you can just simply copy them out and paste them into the other tool. This is a really key feature for well-being. We know that the trauma that investigators are exposed to by having to describe the descriptions of content is horrific. And if we can get computers to do that heavy lifting work for us, it means that you're not being exposed to that danger. So as a unit manager, this is definitely something I would encourage you to use and be getting your staff using, because again, you need to look after your staff. And personally, if you're doing the job of having to describe ICAC type software, CSAM material, please just ask for access to this software, because it will help. And obviously we want to create solutions that aren't gimmicky. We want them to be things that are operationally needed, but we appreciate other tools don't provide you this capability. We can, and it wouldn't be fair of us to just simply say you have to have Vision X, our categorization solution. We want to make sure that everyone can benefit from these key features. So that's the reason why the three applications have been now broken away outside of Vision X. For customers that aren't using Vision X, you now have some of these added capabilities for your day-to-day policing activities and investigation work. If you'd like to see any of the other applications, or you'd like to see Vision X and you'd like to see a personal demo, please feel free to message the Semantics 21 team and we can drop on a call. If you'd like to trial any of our applications, then again, please reach out to us and we can take it from there. So thank you very much for joining. I hope this has been a useful session for you. All the best. Thank you.